Cancer, my little soft shell crabs. Welcome to September. This is for anybody that has their sun, moon, rising, midheaven, and or their Venus in the sign of Cancer. However, if you just happen to click on this video out of curiosity or just a slip of the finger, you made the right decision, and I hope you hear all that you need at this time. Let's go ahead and jump right into your reading because I've been over talking in all the other videos. There's been a lot of downloads I've received, so I'm trying to get everything out, but I know editing might be crazy, so just bear with me in the end result of this video, okay? But coming into the first week of September, what you will be feeling is this Five of Wands energy with the Four of Cups and the King of Wands with the Queen of Cups that's here. Opposites, okay? Do opposites attract? Big question. Coming into the second week, middle of the month, you will be experiencing the Temperance energy with the Ace of Wands and the Five of Pentacles as potential obstacles. Now, energy is fluid, so you may have already experienced this in the recent or distant past, but what you need to focus on in order to overcome these energies, or just where you will find yourself by the end of the month, you have the Fool card with the Three of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Okay, this Five of Wands, because Wands talks about fire and you are a cardinal water element, which is rare. Seriously, you're the only water sign that is cardinal in its modality, which means you are very action oriented, which means you're very well in your element coming into the month of September. Okay, understand how important it is to be the initiator, but also leave that space to be receptive for things to come to you, where you're not running after or head first into things. Okay, I also kind of want to advise that you not piss a Cancer off, because I feel like to some degree that is the case. There's been some type of emotional upset, and this can play out two ways for a Cancerian, especially a Cancer woman. Now, you can get defensive and get in your feelings about the situation, and try to play victimhood or create sympathy from other people where they feel bad for you, although like it was kind of almost certainly your fault, like you played a part in whatever this emotional upset has come to be. Or this is you wanting to retaliate and really hurt somebody's feelings. And I'm getting that because you do have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands, which is a lot of fire around emotion. Okay, you're getting somebody riled up, or somebody is getting you up. It is important not to allow your external environment, which is also what the Five of Wands is about, kind of play into and get the best of your emotions. You know, don't allow external circumstances to change the internal peace that you have within yourself, right? Don't let it take you out of alignment. So don't get defensive and then get reactive and try to retaliate when you hear something that does not sit well with you, or you see something that does not sit well with you. You know, you really kind of have to draw back and channel in the fire that you feel, like the anger that you feel. Some of you guys might have anger issues, or just be really reckless with your mouth, or reckless with your behavior, because you do have the Five of Pentacles that is here. You can do something that you very well will regret later. So I would just say, make sure that whenever you feel like you're about to pop off at the mouth, okay, Spirit, come on, you can kind of take a moment and count to 10 or 12, because the Temperance card is associated with Sagittarius, although Sagittarius is not the 12th zodiac. It's just the Sagittarian's birthday falls in the 12th month of the year, so that's where I get my 12th from. But yeah, be able to woosah when things kind of irritate you, don't take it personally. Learn what deserves a response out of you and what you can just leave well enough alone. And so I am also getting that with the Ace of Wands and the Five of Pentacles card, okay? You guys can be hypersensitive, so you might need to work on that in the month of September. If you find that you are becoming easily offended by the things people say and or do that are in your external environment, you feel like they are kind of doing things on purpose to get a reaction out of you, it may not be all that it seems. So just make sure that you're not jumping to conclusions and of course being reactive before anybody has a chance to explain what their intentions are. And I am definitely getting that with the last week with the Fool card, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Give people the opportunity to explain themselves. Give people the opportunity to explain what their intentions are. So don't jump again to conclusions or jump into situations without really assessing them. That is what Virgo energy is all about as well. Virgos are all about being of service to other people. So figure out the ways in which you can use your own personal energy in your modality, being a cardinal water sign, to be of service to other people who may not know how to control their emotions, right? You can be a spiritual advisor in that way, or like a behavioral advisor. But yeah, because I feel like a lot of people, a lot of us, myself included sometimes, I know what my strengths are and I know my different modalities that make up who I am based on my composite natal chart, right? And so where I fall short as far as being of service to other people is that I will use that energy only for the involvement of myself and get lost in that and forget to show other people how I've done it. You know what I'm saying? So you can be very involved while you're going through different things and show people another way of reacting or looking at situations, right? I feel like you are giving hope to the forgotten, or that's how you can be of service to other people. Maybe spending some time in I want to say a shelter, or just helping the homeless can kind of get you to see that some of the stuff that you have been harping on or being upset about is really petty and nonsensical, and that there is more to life, or like that just kind of help you keep things in perspective on like the grand scheme of things in life, things that just matter so much more than what you've allowed to affect you, okay? There we go. So just be careful with that. Also be careful of how you speak to other people, because you might have some people that are trying to watch you for some type of review if this is about like business, right? Because if you're trying to go for a promotion in work, or trying to get a raise of some sort, or just trying to get a job altogether, your behavior now matters. So every little thing counts. That's what I'm hearing. So just be mindful of that, that you are really setting the best example, not just for yourself, but for other people and your environment. Don't get lazy if you get hired on. Like, say you start as like just like a regular sales employee, and then you get hired to being like the store manager, okay? You don't want to get lazy once you become a store manager just because your tasks might be different and you might finish sooner. Still be of service to those because you were just in that same position. So I just want to say, never forget where you come from if you get this opportunity to showcase your leadership abilities. You get hired on and accept like a higher standing position. Whew, did that come out right? So yeah, don't forget where you came from, because you were just there, and don't be afraid to show other people how you got to where you are. That is what makes a great leader, right? That is what makes one so powerful, being able to teach as well as being open to be taught. So always keep that student-teacher mentality, and I am seeing that is possible here when you're going for jobs. Make that a central focus that you talk about in your interviews. how you can interchange energy. And so emotional intelligence is what I feel like you need to work on. Work on your emotional intelligence if that is not your strong suit, okay? Work on that, because there are a lot of Cancers who can actually do that, but everybody is at different stages. So when you're watching this video, you know what message that I have spoken that is for you. So go with that. Work on that, okay? Now, as far as relationships are concerned, it's just learning how to work together and not being stubborn, you know. The King of Swords in this depiction, he's holding an equilateral triangle. So make sure everybody involved is heard, you and your partner, you and your family members, whatever this relationship is about. If you're in a serious committed relationship, of course, you just need to focus on being a little bit more forgiving, being a little bit more flexible, being open to people making mistakes that maybe you wouldn't necessarily consider a mistake, because you would just never think to do something like that. Just understand that everybody serves different functions. We are all created equal, but we all have our differences as well. So don't make people feel bad for the way that they behave or that they have behaved, because those things can very well be changed, especially if they're like small little things. Again, don't sweat the small stuff, okay? There are other things that matter a lot more than this. So stop being so overly critical also of yourself and other people when things don't go as you anticipate them to go. But on a romantic level, again, just have a little bit more patience and really be that nurturing person that is receptive so that people want to come to you. Because I feel like you can turn people away when you are too cardinal and are explosive in your reactions to things that maybe emotionally upset you. So get a better handle on that in your relationship. Can get better and ascend to higher levels. Don't give your partner a reason to have a wandering eye. And I say that as far as always bickering, always causing fights. Again, not being receptive and giving them a place to turn to. If you know that you have a good woman or man at home, I would not take advantage of that, because I see the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which can mean competition. There are some people that would kill to have what you have. So be very fortunate for what is in front of you and the blessings that you have and the man that you have or the woman that you have, and show a little bit more appreciation for them, because if you ever take it for granted, it can be taken away, okay? You need to understand that. I also feel like you are deserving of the things that are coming into your life by the end of September, because there is opportunity here for new work or more money, again, an increase in money, in social status, even better relationships altogether, so long as you're doing the work. So there is a lot good here. A lot of good here. I am seeing 2 5s, which I forgot to point out. So you might be seeing repeating 5s, 5-5 in numerology. Again, 5 talks about changes, and they're usually rapid, so it's needing to be very adaptable. You can be cardinal, so that can be kind of hard. It can be met with resistance, but it's best to go with the flow. And I feel like that might be a challenge for some of you guys. So it is better to go with the flow of life than to try to go against the current, because you will hurt yourself and lose a lot more than you would want to. So just be careful about that, and be very open to the changes that are coming into your life, and just read more on numerology and the number 5, so that maybe on the 5th of September something great will happen, or the 25th. I'm not really getting that, but there might be some dates that make sense to you that you will find when you look up information. So just do a little bit of that. But as far as chakras are concerned, your root chakra is almost overactive, so get that into balance again, so you're not defensive, okay? So that you're more receptive. Work on your heart chakra, work on your third eye, crown chakra. Always heed your own personal intuition, but make sure that that is activated and in balance, so that you can really listen to what you need to make the appropriate decisions, okay? And then outside of that, your solar plexus and your sacral chakra are here. So get those into balance. And at this time, if this resonated for you, definitely give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, and do subscribe for more.